NewGenGamers.com.
As you can see, they caught me there.
So you have your evasion meter. If you get away, they give up, and so you can sneak around some more. If you're seen, they instantly react, and as we said, the goal is not to kill the most enemies. In fact, you can get through the entire game killing only the bosses, but it's how you get to that goal. And another thing that makes the Metal Gear Solid games so interesting is because there are multiple solutions to the puzzles. There isn't just A to B direct route, get here, finish the level. There are many things that can happen within each level. They're kind of dynamic. You can play through them different ways. You can use different tactics. So just incredible.
Like here, even on this opening,
there's
crawling backwards.
There are so many ways you can play this, and so many different ways you
me.
can do things. You can crouch down like this. If you run through the puddles, there's a chance they're going to hear you and come after you. The environment's reactive. So many things. I mean, the reason this game is so highly regarded is because it changed the game again. It was phenomenal.
Saw me again.
Uh-oh. And this does not look good.
I run away again.
So all of the levels are structured in this way where you have, essentially a place to get to or a thing to do, but there are a massive amount of guards and cameras and things watching you, so you've got to find ways to get past without being seen and without getting killed.
Yeah,
and
so you really have to strategize.
Yeah, you have to plan how you're going to get through things. He's got to wait till this elevator comes down here and make sure that he's not seen in the process.
Okay. Now, there is a way where you can go quieter. So you just kind of crouch down here.
And it's such a gritty, interesting character, and that's what I like about Hideo Kojima, is he's such a punk and he's such a rebel, and he always operates so outside of the industry and outside of the norm. And so this character has cigarettes as one of his accessories, and it plays into the puzzles. You use the cigarettes to show laser beams that are blocking your way so that you can get past, and just different things like that. A very gritty, harsh storyline, and a lot of impending doom. You're dealing with very highly top secret things in this game, and just so many cinematic qualities to it. And another interesting thing, if you beat this game, there is a reference to the film 2001: A Space Odyssey, which I always really enjoyed. So if you ever get a chance to play through the game, watch for that. Uh-oh.
Into the elevator.
Uh-oh. Choke him out.
You can kill those guys, I'm pretty sure. As you see, each time I attempt this, I'm trying something different.
Yeah, there's lots of ways you can do it. Neither one of those was the correct way.
It's been a while since I played the original.
But they're tricky games. You have to plan and strategize, and that's a lot of the fun. They're not games that you just play through one time and you're done with the game. It's an interactive story, but it doesn't play like you're just playing through a story. There is so much depth to the gameplay. Hideo Kojima backs it up on all fronts with presentation, with design, with innovation. Like right there, he didn't mean to do that, but he tapped on the wall so the guard came to see what that noise was. Now you can use that as a clever gameplay mechanic to confuse the guards and get him to go off in another direction and then sneak around, which is how you're supposed to use that.
Wow. I'm failing hardcore. But hey, I never said I was good at Metal Gear.
No, you didn't. And it's not about being good at it. It's about the experience with this game for sure. There's no high score. It is just a fun, challenging game. And solving the puzzles is really interesting. Some of the boss battles are... actually, all of the boss battles are really interesting. You have to use a lot of different tactics. And that's part of the fun of it, too, is... you've got
got back up.
You've got to figure out the right way to beat
here.
the different bosses, to get through the puzzles.
Yeah, the bosses are very in depth, especially like the Sniper Wolf one, where they kind of draw you into a story of like you're her prey basically.
Yeah, it's really an engrossing storyline. That boss battle you definitely get into because it's a really cool effect. You almost get the effect that you're in Solid Snake's shoes. You're in these situations, and the game does have you in that situation, and you're kind of the hostage, and you've got to get out. They really give you that feeling of impending doom and really bring that across, and Hideo Kojima is so good at that. Oh, well, you made it.
Ha! Ha ha! And you get one of the glorious cutscenes in this game.
So many cutscenes, but they're all worth it. You don't get tired of sitting through these cutscenes, that's for sure. You want to follow this story even though it's so hard, and it gets kind of convoluted as time goes on, and you're not really sure who's screwing over who, but that's half the fun of it as well.
And now we get to see our hero out of his scuba gear.
And of course, Kojima was so successful with this series that Konami basically gave him his own studio, so Kojima's titles are now released under Kojima Productions. And there it is. And also with a cinematic effect there, just like a regular film, we had the build up with the credits, and then we get the title sequence as you enter in. That was the opening sequence to pull you in, and it really does it. It's such a cinematic game, it can't be overstated.
And they just pull you right in with every environment too. You have this feeling of like desolation in so many areas.
Yeah, he's by himself. All he has is a voice on the other end of his codec. It's really a feeling of stranded wilderness, of survival. And of course, Snake, the anti-hero, he's not very happy about what he's doing, but he does it because he can and because he must.
Don't worry. It's been a while, but it's all coming back to me.
How's that sneaking suit working out?
I'm nice and dry, but it's a little hard to move.
Bear with it. It's designed to prevent hypothermia. This is Alaska, you know.
Take it easy. I'm grateful. If it weren't for your suit and your shot, I would have turned into a popsicle out there.
An anti-freezing peptide, Snake.
The critics agree Metal Gear Solid is an absolute masterpiece. Games just don't look any better than this. The best reason yet to own a PlayStation. Metal Gear Solid by Konami.
PlayStation.
UJ Gamers.com.